What's popping, guys and girls? It's your boy Royal. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I want to talk to you guys about Wrath of the Lich King beta and my first thoughts on it, as well as the leveling experience so far for me. So currently, I've hit level 74 on the beta, and I've done all of the Halloween Fjord zone. And honestly, I really love the zone and the music, and it's like just as good as I remember it back in the day. And also, another good pointer is I'm still in my TBC gear, and I have yet to replace any TBC gear, and I'm level 74, as I said, so that's pretty good. And I'm roughly in tier 5 gear, so if you have anything that's like tier 6, like you're probably going straight to level 80 in tier 6. So try and get some good gear now if you can, but don't spend your gold on it, and I'll get to that later why. But just try and hop in some raids if you can, get some gear, because it will help you out in Wrath tremendously, and you'll be able to have a smooth leveling experience, as well as selling the greens for gold, and you're going to be needing a lot of that. But once again, more on that later. And also, another good tip is dungeons this time around. Unlike TBC, you're not going to see a lot of dungeon groups, like I think personally, because dungeons only give you like 5% per run at level 70, and so Utgard Keep and the Nexus are basically off the charts for, like, you're not going to be doing them. Because, like, you're going to be doing the initial run-through for maybe gear, also maybe a couple runs for gear. Besides that, like, if you don't need gear, if you're good geared, as I said, like, tier 5. Even tier 5 is going to be better than Utgard and the Nexus gear, so don't worry there. So, as I said, just do the one initial run for doing all of the quests, and that will net you probably around like 10% XP for doing all the quests in the dungeon. And so it's only worth doing those two dungeons for like 20% XP at level 70. And so do not worry about dungeons in Wrath. Worry about questing and learning the quest zones and having a fun time doing all that, as well as selling your greens from the quests. And so besides for that, I wanted to talk to you guys about why you need a lot of gold in Wrath, and why you want to be in good gear come Wrath. That way you can sell a lot of the greens. And so basically, on Wrath of the Lich King, I've looked at, you know, Dalaran, the mount vendors and all that. So currently for me, it's 19,000 for the Mammoth, for the Traveler's Tundra, for the vendor mount. And then it's 700 gold roughly, I think, for the Brown Bear, which if you guys forget, like I did, like I totally forgot that the Brown Bear gives an achievement and all that in Wrath. And so make sure you get that, like the Armored Brown Bear off of Francis there in Dalaran. And then also there's the Woolly Mammoths and all that that cost gold. And then you have enchants, you have gems, and then your professions. Like, you're going to be needing a lot. And then also there's a Dalaran teleport ring that costs like 7,000 gold. And so there's that. And then on top of that, you're going to have to buy dual spec. For like some classes, it's more essential than others. Like for instance, on a paladin, if you want to play DPS, you're going to need a dual spec. But like on warrior, you can kind of like get away with DPSing as arms and fury. Like for me, like I don't really tank on warrior, so there's not really a need for me to buy it on my warrior, for instance. However, it is kind of nice to have if you want it, and so I'll probably end up getting it anyway. But besides for that, you're also going to need another 1,000 gold for cold weather flying at level 77. Oh, so it's not level 80 like TBC was. TBC, you had to level up all the way to level 70 in order to fly like at endgame. This time around, you're going to be able to fly at level 77, and the reason for that is the last two questing zones, Ice Crown as well as Storm Peaks, are flying zones, and like you're going to be flying a lot in those zones because they're basically made for flying mounts, and that's where Blizzard really showed off like WoW's capabilities of, like, I don't know, like ground all the way up to the sky type of flying. Like, I forget what zone. I think Storm Peaks has the Time Lost Proto Drake in it. So good luck trying to get that. I'll be trying to get that in Wrath as well. It's like one of the coolest dragons in the game. And then also, okay, I have to mention this. It's one thing that really worries me about Wrath, guys. And so I have reported an overpower rend bug on the beta every single day now, pretty much for a week, and it has yet to get fixed. And so this concerns me because when Wrath comes out, how long is it going to take for them to fix the game if something's broken, you know? And so basically, on Arms Warrior, you have a talent that every time rend deals damage on a tick, you can use overpower. And currently it's broken to where you can only use overpower when you have a like the target dodge your attacks, which is how it works in TBC in vanilla. And so this is like a big fault for the arms class, because you essentially lose out on a lot of DPS because you can't hit overpower every single time it comes up. And so that's a big problem right there. And as I said, it worries me for when Wrath comes out, because how long is it going to take for them to fix, you know, something that's broken in the game? And also, I just want to say, besides for the bugs, there's really not that many, because like I did do all of the Halloween Fjord zone, like from level 70 to almost 72 there, and so it's not a full 2 levels, but I also had 15 quests left in the zone roughly, because this was before they allowed add-ons in the beta. Currently you can now use add-ons in the beta, and I have Questy installed, which is nice, and so I'll probably go back and do the last like 15 or 16 quests I have. But I only hit like 75% into level 71, so almost 2 levels from Halloween Fjord. But anyway, back to the original point, there were no bugs in that zone, like at all, besides for the overpower Ren bug. And honestly, like, there were no bugs in the, I also did the Lich King quest chain in Dragonblight, there were no bugs there, like it worked flawlessly. And like, honestly, if you don't know that quest chain, I won't spoil it fully for you, but just like look out, like, and if you have done that quest chain, honestly, you already know what I'm talking about. It's one of the best quest chains in the game, just because like that's like the opening of this expansion. Like, you finally figure out who the villain is, you know? But anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, thumbs up. Leave your thoughts on Wrath of the Lich King in the beta below, and if you guys are pumped for when the game comes out, as well as subscribe if you haven't for more content. And then yeah, peace.